Are you ready? Best race of the year for me, 2026. Unbelievable. Uh, Averaged probably 4 or 5% less than my FTP. But let's start to the race. It goes out. Nothing spectacular, but I need to be with a front group, obviously. Only 24 racing in this. It's stage 6 of the Tour de Zwift, the Richmond Rollercoaster. One lap. Uh, as you can see, there's a couple of bumps at the start, so you've got to be on the metal. Don't want to get dropped, and I'm up for it today. I was really up for it today. Ready for a powerful performance. I did do this circuit with 180 riders earlier this week, and my screen recording stopped after about 20 minutes. Something to do with the battery on the laptop, unfortunately. I finished 13th out of 186 and had a really good race, but yeah, there's no evidence of it, so it didn't happen. So anyway, I thought I really did enjoy it. It was fast paced, my sort of course, just over 10 miles, 500 and odd feet, I think. You've got the two bumps and then one about 40% into it, and then it's fast and flat. And it was a very fast last 3 miles, if I remember, last 5k. So here we go, still on the lead in, just under 10 miles. The groups stuck together. I want to say a couple of riders got dropped there, but 20 odd riders well up for this. We're coming up to the first bump here, just on the graphic there, just in time. After the first mile, you've got some orange, you've got some dark red, and people go up this quickly. Then you've got a little bit of respite on a down, little tiny bit of 50, 100 feet of flat, and then you're back up again. Someone's gone off the front there, George, the Polish rider. I've got to be on it here. You can see I'm putting over 350 watts here. On the orange, stay sat down. I usually stand up on the orange area. I've gone. But look, that's quite a distance to stand up to get to the yellow point. I'm doing 450 or 438 watts. Here we go there. I might need to drop down a gear or two from 15th to 14 here, or can I keep going? I'm in the front of the pack, which is good. I'm really pleased because I've been in this group, the 390 to 520. Yeah, there I go, over the top, over the crest, ahead of everyone else. This was the promoted group. I think in November I dropped into this group. And now I'm riding at the front of the pack here. I do want a top 10 finish, definitely within 24. If I can get a top 5 finish, that'll be fantastic. But look, 3 seconds ahead, pulling that pack apart. There's 5 or 6 riders been dropped. There's a front group forming here. I suspect now on the descent, everybody's going to try and catch into that. Down on the cobbles here. So there's a descent. Then I want to say 50 feet, and we start the second climb. People using the anvil, power up. There's a group gone here. See, attacking already. I cannot get dropped. 6 riders pushing there into this second climb. Stand up here. It's ready, orange, red. You can see it here as you come round the right bend. It's just over this crest here. 13%. Go through the barrier. I need to be in that front pack. Here we go. 1.8 miles now, averaging 291 watts. That's tremendous. 294 watts on average. That's 4 watts a kilo for me, or perhaps 3.9. So I've put a big shift in there. I will need a break. Look at the top graphic. It's pull the pack apart, not completely. I want to say there's 10 riders in the front, but everyone's still in it. And I suspect they'll power forwards unless this group here that I'm in push on this descent. I've got a power up now, a draft. I don't want to be using that. We're going to descent just round this corner. Then it's relatively flat, I want to say, for 2 miles perhaps, and then there's another climb. So you've done 3 climbs before you've got 50% of the way on this course. It's really intense. Bit of a shorter route, obviously just over 10.5 miles, I think, but it's fast and it's furious, and you cannot take your eye off it for a minute. You've got to concentrate. Cruising behind these. I'm in the draft, so they're not going to get away from me. As long as I'm in this, I'm not using my power up yet. Don't need to. Still averaging 275. Very, very competitive. I'm on the edge. I think I'm on 504 ZRS. So I'm really close to getting promoted into the 455/70 ZRS category. So yeah, almost in a way, I don't want to come in the top 3 here, but in another way, I'd love to get another podium. There you go. The group's coming together. I'm not sure how many are in this front pack, but yeah, well, I'm 12th there, effectively. I want to say 15 or 16 in this pack that have survived the first 2. 7.7 miles to go. A lot of action there, a lot of pace, not even 3 miles done. Weirdly, the graphic at the top says the lead-in. We're not even 50% way through the lead-in, which is strange. Is that a mistake? I don't know. How can a lead-in be 75% of the course? I don't know. I've used the drafting boost. Needed a little break there. 262 average. 240 calories burnt, just over 3 miles, 245 feet climbed, so probably just under half the elevation climbed. 7.5 minutes done, 7.5 miles to go, just under. So we'll cruise for another mile, I want to say, and then you've got a bit of a climb, a bit shallower than the other 2, but it goes on for a bit longer, if I remember. And I suspect there's going to be a group attacking on that. I need to be at the front with half of the course to go, and it's pretty much flat, and I want to say there's probably 100 feet climbing the rest of the 50% of the course, just a few little bumps, but it really hots up with 5k to go, 3 miles to go. I think I was doing earlier in the week 4.5 to 4.5 watts a kilo on the flat for a considerable amount of time. And then you've got a fantastic sprint. I think it's on the cobbles at the end. Excuse me. So here we go. I am 9th. Oh, sorry, 10th. I think there's 10 in this pack. And then there's a 10-second gap. I've just pushed it there because there is a 10-second gap to the next 4 riders, and I don't want them catching into the bulk pack. Could do with keeping them at a distance. So I've just pulled the rest of the front pack forward here, and they'll have to catch up to me. And that should maintain at least the distance between the second group of 10 seconds. Certainly before we get to the climb. And then I suspect if they're behind because the first 2 climbs, we're going to drop them. And that'll be that for that group. Keep it down to 10 going through to the finale, the final sprint. It's quick here, look, nearly 300 watts. That's 4 watts a kilo for me. Here we go, top graphic. I think you have orange, bit of a respite, 50 foot, then into the yellow, I think there's another bit of blue, and then you go, straight into the orange. So it's a gradual climb. I need to be staying at the front here. 4.2 miles gone, 284 feet climb, just over 10 minutes elapsed to get in the draft here. I'm still doing 375 watts, nearly 400 watts at that point. I think they're going to have to slow down surely on this climb. I do need to stay in the draft a bit more on these climbs. For the little effect it has, I need to be saving any watts I can, being sensible over this first bit. Then a little dip into the yellow, which will be about 3-4%. You got the orange there, the final part. I suspect it ramps up to about 5-6%. Slight bigger gradient at the end, and then it's flat right through to the finish. There's 6.1 miles to go, as you can see. Over 11 minutes done. I'm in 14th gear here. I need to increase. I need to go into 15th surely on the yellow. I'm not geared right here, or I'm going to have to up that cadence above 90 RPM. Otherwise I'm going to get dropped. Start of the final ascent here. 4.6 miles gone. No one's really going off here. I want to say there's 12 riders in this pack, and then there's 4 seconds to the ones behind. You can see on the top graphic that does make sense. 3 seconds to the ones behind. Can we pull away here? I'm standing up. 350 odd watts. Just have a little breathe. You're coming past me there. You see, I can't afford to be sat down doing 300 watts. They'll just come past me. You see the riders at the bottom, 2 seconds behind, are catching up. Here we go. Let's try and drop them. Put in 400 watts to the peak, go over the top. Then I need to get in 15th gear quickly. Otherwise, I have no power up. There's a power up at the top of this banner. There we go. 5.7 miles to go. I need to, back into 15th gear. Just stand up so this group doesn't go ahead. There's a group 1, 2, 3 seconds behind. I think they've just come into the back of the pack there. Canadian, the Scot. 2 Canadians working together probably, which is good. I think they're in the pack. Fair play. They caught the front group up before the climb and maintain that over the top. Tremendous effort. I want to say, yeah, there's 12, 13 riders. It says plus 11 more in the group behind that. 12, 13. Get a power up here. There's another power up, probably in a mile or two. The final one. 433 feet, so probably 80 feet, I think. 90 feet to go. Have a bit of a breather here. Perfectly positioned. Everyone's using their drafting power up. I don't necessarily need it now because I'm only doing 200 watts, so I'll just save that. Average for the 5.5 miles, 261 watts, just over 14 minutes completed. 5 miles to go. I think it starts increasing after this next banner. Fantastic circuit, this. Unbelievable. It really suits me, this. I enjoy it. Saturday afternoon, it's 30 minutes of madness and really enjoying it. Just fast forward it here. Use my power up there. We're just going on the flat. No one's attacking. Oh, they've tried to attack there slightly. Nothing much happening here. Cruise it down to about 2.5 miles to go. Here we go. So we'll be finishing on the cobbles here. And I've got the anvil, which you see two have gone off there. One's chasing them down. Got to be careful there. I know there's 2.5 miles. They're probably not going to take it from the pipe, but I'm just closing them in. Got to be real careful here. 2.3 miles to go, just over 20 minutes, 498 feet. I've got the anvil, which is useful on the cobbles because it kind of effectively smooths out the cobbles to a tarmac surface, I think. Correct me if I am wrong there, if I'm talking nonsense. 2.2 miles to go. Yeah, 27 seconds ahead of the group behind. So they're not going to catch up, especially at the pace we're going at now. 8.5 miles completed. 2 miles to the finish. Oh, nice rolling tarmac, just on a bit of a little descent there. -2, -1%. Averaging 255 watts. 450 calories. I was really concentrating here. I was really up for this race. It's afternoon here in the UK on a Saturday, so well up for this. Someone's gone off with the anvil there. I'm not sure why you'd use it on the tarmac. Gonna have to close that down. Doing 477 watts there and getting a bit of a draft. Someone's going to have to close that rider down, otherwise they're off. First place is done. 1.6 miles to go. Very brave going off there. There's 3 riders chasing, caught that rider. Very courageous going there so early. 1.5 miles to go. A little bit of an incline here, I think. Yeah, 3%. Going to have to stand up because they're attacking. Fantastic here. 450, 406, 404 watts. Averaging 257 watts. That's tough for me. That is. I think that's about 260 watts, might be about 3.5 watts a kilo. 1.3 miles to go. I'm in a great position here. It is going fast. I'm just out the draft there. I'm pressing here, by the way, and the controls so up and down. I don't know whether the signal had gone, but the controls today for the steering were terrible. Just, I don't know whether they got a bit damp. By the way, I put Oasis on here. I wanted to give myself a bit of motivation. I've rolled into the front with 1.1 mile to go. I'm not going for it there, by the way, but I'm in a great position. 1 mile. Someone's gone off there, have they? Definitely pushing. Bring them back in, rein them back in. Pettersson has done that a few times. Fair play to the Dane, but he's not going yet. I can't close this down actually. 0.9 of a mile to go. I'm doing 321. That's 4.3 watts a kilo. 4.2 watts. Pedersen is flying there. There's a few of us trying to close him down, all doing 300 odd watts. Fair play in the wind. That rider on their own, in the wind, keeping the distance between us. 0.7 miles to go. The pack's splitting there. I reckon there's a top 10 here. We've dropped 2 or 3 riders. Pedersen flipping out. Unbelievable. Only 1 second ahead, but I'm going to have to chase him down here. They're chasing him. I'm not going to use that anvil until I'm going to have to stand up here, else I'm just going to lose. I'll be 5th or 6th. Bring him back in. Have I done that? Half a mile to go. They're still stretching me. I'm in 15th gear here, averaging 260. Come on, they can't keep going like that. I'm going to have to bring the pack in, else they've gone. Rein him back in, rein him in. There we go, right into the back of the pack. Fantastic. Going to come through here, yeah. 0.3 of a mile to go. It's just round this corner. You can see the banner on the top. It's straight there. Right, 0.2 of a mile. Stand up, use the anvil. Right, watch this. Come on, push through. Top 10. Get in good position here. I am getting the draft. I'm coming through. I'm coming through. There we go. Everyone's sprinting. Who's doing it? I'm here. I'm in second. Ah, someone's come through. I haven't got the legs. I haven't got the legs. I've sat down. Oh, dear me. What a race. What a fantastic. I came sixth. Unbelievable. Delighted with that. Look, 3.5 watts a kilo. 261 average. Can hardly breathe. Sweating like mad. What a race. Petson. Oh, I beat Petson in the end. Perhaps he burned the matches too early. Look out. O'Brien, 3.7 watts a kilo. Fair play. That's, you know, you've won there. I've gone up racing score, 507. That's what I wanted. Really enjoyable race. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, 1 minute time improved. Like and subscribe. I will see you midweek. Thanks for watching.